Debbie, how are we doing? We're here with Debbie Takis here at Dan and Debbies Creamery in Ely, one of the hidden gems in the corridor region. A great place to stop by on a bike ride up between Ely and Cedar Rapids on the bike trail. Make amazing cheese curds, which we focus on at Pullman and St. Bert's, the restaurants I'm involved with in downtown Iowa City. Awesome ice cream, which my kids love when we take them up here on bike rides, and of course, chocolate milk. So.
Yes.
I appreciate you taking the time to chat with us here for real success. Wanted to chat with you a little bit today, just kind of about your story. And I think when everybody thinks of farmers and food producers, I think the first thing, at least that comes to my mind, is hard work. Knowing, you got to get up. I think you guys have 150 some odd cows that need to be milked. I'm assuming I haven't done a whole lot of cow milking in my being a city slicker from Iowa City in my day, but I'm assuming that's a daily chore. And then coming in, not only managing the farm and doing that, but then coming here and producing amazing products like this. Walk me through kind of what your daily routine looks like and how we get from milking the cows to producing this product.
Okay. A typical day for me would be getting up around 5:30 in the morning and going out and milking the cows. Dan and I still are the ones that are sole milkers of the farm. Takes typically 2 to 3 hours of milking time, and then we typically have another hour of calf chores. Every cow on the farm has a calf, so we have up to 30 calves at a time that are at a bottle age where you have to feed them twice a day. Mm-hmm. After the milking, I usually clean up, and on days that we're not producing something that I'm typically in charge of, I'll come and help bag cheese curds. That typically is 2 hours. So then if we have
That's usually like midday around?
Yeah,
or is
midday.
That okay?
Well, 11 o'clock.
11.
I try to get here by 11, yeah. We'll bag curds and then clean up the facility. And then if we have a couple more hours, we'll go ahead and make some ice cream. So that brings you to 5 o'clock, which means you got to head home again and milk the cows again. They have to be milked twice a day, every day of the year.
Okay, twice a day. Okay.
Twice
wow.
a day, yep. And some farms do 3, but we just do the 2, 12-hour spans.
Wow.
So you're talking about not getting in until 9 o'clock again that night. And you better head to bed pretty soon because it all starts over the next day.
No stopping it, right?
No, yep.
Oh. Now, as someone that's sort of been born into this lifestyle of getting up at 5 a.m. and working till 9, it's obviously not foreign to you, but there's a lot of talk in today's day and age in business about millennials and the earlier generation about work-life balance and these sort of questions. I mean, what's your approach to that? You're a business owner now, so I'm assuming you're employing people that may not share that same sort of enthusiasm from working however many hours that is in a day. I mean, are you able to teach people about work ethic and how to work hard, or does that just sort of rub off on them by your leadership, or what's your approach to that as a manager of the business?
Well, we wouldn't expect somebody, to work 16 hours like Dan and I would do in a day, but everybody, we've really been lucky. Anybody we've hired is willing to go that extra mile for us because they know how important this business is to us. And we do have a lot of family members, so they're used to this, they understand it, and it just is part of what it is. So
sure. And you hit on it. You look down the roster of your team and your staff here. There is a lot of family.
A lot.
Talk a little bit about that and the rewards, maybe some of the challenges of working with family.
It's always a challenge because everybody has different opinions of how they want to run things or how things should go up here. But in the end, our goal is to have it be successful, so we give and take a lot. One of our older sons, Dustin, he's a head cheese maker here at the creamery, and him and one of our nephews make cheese maybe 1 to 2 times a week here.
Okay.
He's in charge of that. He also is in charge of bottling the milk, which is another day a week. But he's also a volunteer fireman, or not a volunteer, a Cedar Rapids fireman.
Okay.
And so he's got another full-time job and plus a family. So he's typically here 2 days a week for sure, and then obviously at his other job. Our other son, Tyler, he's pretty much strictly at the farm. We have to have somebody feeding the cows because that's what gives us the milk for this facility is a good diet for our cattle. So he typically is there all the time, 8 hours a day, every day of the week, and running that part of it. Our daughter Josie is in charge of marketing for the creamery here, so she's works, as many hours she needs to keep trying to promote our products and keep the store running and such. Another son, he's still finishing up college, but he's in charge of delivering all our products to the stores or restaurants that we sell to. So whenever he's can get away from his schooling, he's here helping also.
Sure. Talk to me a little about the different kind of work. You grew up on a farm. You guys were farmers. Then you made the conscious decision to move into the food production element. And there's, as you said, Josie runs the marketing side. So there's different elements involved with that as there's just kind of running and operating a farm. Talk me through kind of the origin of where the light bulb went off, said, hey, we want to start the creamery, go beyond just farming, and maybe a little bit about how the work here is maybe different than the work on a farm.
Okay. Well, it's more physical work on a farm for sure. There's just, a lot of lifting and, heavy stuff and running big machinery and stuff like that. But this is typically as hard as anything I've ever done is running this business up here. We just kind of take turns, helping each other out to get it going. It's just when
is it
one
all
of us,
the moving parts? Is it the production and the marketing and all?
Well, one reason we decided to start the creamery was milk prices are so up and down, and the downs are horrible and the ups are wonderful, but they just need to be more consistent. And we just kept putting it on paper, thinking if we could sell our milk to a creamery, which is our business, everybody's going to win. And we can keep the price a little bit steadier because the creamery is going to be doing better, the farms, which in turn makes the farm do better. So it was just a kind of a no-brainer for us to. We were all ready to do it, and we didn't do it until the kids were all older because we thought it would have been too much when they were younger. And now that they're all on board with us helping, it just made it much easier. The timing was perfect for it now. So
sure. How much flexible time do you have in your day? There's the things that you have to do that you mentioned, milking the cows at certain hours, you come in here and you're responsible for bagging the cheese curds, you're doing the milk, but how much of that 16-hour workday is flexible time where you've got a list of a dozen, 20 other things that you got to churn your way through, and things pop up as it goes? How do you handle as someone that's operating a business here in the creamery and then also doing the chores on the farm? How do you manage sort of any business owner has stuff that pops up throughout the course of the day that's unexpected? How do you manage that?
Well, prioritize things, everything can bump to the top of the list if it becomes more important than something you wanted to accomplish that day. So you just got to really kind of be flexible, more important than anything.
Is there a part of the creamery business that if you had, let's say, a couple extra hours throughout the course of the day that you could pull off and you could focus just on the business? Is there a component of that you would either enjoy or where you think your time would be best served here within this business?
I just love making the ice cream. Ice cream makes people so happy. So it's just, I think I would probably just make more ice cream or invent some more new flavors or whatever. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
How would you describe the dairy industry in general right now in terms of consumer demand and other elements, whether maybe it might be government regulations or pressures on the cost? How have you seen the business change over the course of the last 5-10 years?
Well, I think it's getting a little worse for dairy farmers. There's some that are at the age where they either got to improve or modernize or get out because it just is kind of weeding people out right now. The big ones are coming in, and the prices are so bad sometimes that you can't, if you don't do a lot yourself and you hire a lot done, you can't really afford it. There's just times when you just can't. So you just got to be willing to buckle down and do the
Dan
work. Hardly ever. Once a tractor breaks slightly, he can fix it. He would never take it off to somebody to, you just got to do a lot yourself. So I think, and then I think some of the creameries that are taking other farmers' milks, they're going to be starting to put a quota on them of what they can produce. So that's hard because
quotas on what the creameries can produce or what the
the dairy
what the
farm can produce because I think they want to control a little bit about how much milk comes in and stuff like that. So they will take their milk, but they might penalize them for anything above what their, should be producing or what their average is or whatever. So that's another thing that scared us. We heard that was coming possibly, and if you have a big farm that you just put a new facility up and you have to pay for it, you might get a few more cows to help pay for it. But if they're telling you you're not going to get anything for this milk, then you're kind of between a rock and a hard place.
Absolutely.
So.
Do you have any advice for people that are either considering or currently are working with, or their kids work for them or with them on their in a family business? Is there any advice you might have for folks? Is it good, bad, ugly? What's the
I don't know. I think everybody's going to have to figure that one out on their own.
Different dynamics everywhere.
Yeah, it is. It's totally, I can't give advice on that because we're still, learning too. So,
but I'm assuming very rewarding in terms of having
it is.
everybody there.
I love being able to see my kids every day, and we're starting to get a few grandchildren, so that's the bonus of it all at the end. So
yeah, seeing everybody being close. Well,
yeah.
How about a motivational quote? Is there anything that you guys, maybe the family, is sort of? Is there something, a family motto that would define you guys?
Well, we always just say work hard, but Dan and I were talking about that the other day, and it's like he always says, don't look at what might go wrong, look at what might go right.
Sure.
There we go. Yeah.
That's a great outlook. Absolutely. We kind of hit on this, but if you had 30 extra minutes in each day, what would you do with it?
Oh,
let's leave work aside. If you had 30 extra minutes beyond the 2 cow milkings and being here and doing everything, how would you? No work responsibilities. Where would you dedicate it?
Kiss my grandbabies.
There you go. That's awesome. And then, just in one sentence, how would you define success?
Oh, just being able to be happy at the end of the day. You don't have to make millions of dollars. You just got to be satisfied and happy.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Debbie, for taking the time. This is great. We'll enjoy this chocolate milk. There's nothing better than a cold glass of chocolate milk after a bike ride here in Iowa. So I appreciate all the work you guys do. This is one of the gems of the region, and we just certainly encourage everybody to come check it out if they haven't heard of it yet. So
all right.
thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah.